James, you a big drinker?
No way, man. What I don't like about it is when you go to a bar, you don't know how much the drink costs till the last minute. It's not like in a normal shop, everything's got price tags on it. At a bar, it's a secret. You order all the drinks, and then at the end, you wait for the surprise. It's not fair. You know how in a taxi cab, you have the meter running and you can watch it? They should have that behind the bar, like hook it up to the taps, and while they're filling the pint, you can watch the numbers go up. If it gets a bit too much for you, just lean in and point the side of the glass, like anywhere here is fine. Jimmy.
Yes, James.
I will say this, Jimmy, Carr. I've imagined this moment for so long that I don't know if it's really happening or not. I normally sit in my room talking to Jimmy, just imagining how well we'd get on and how much he'd laugh at my jokes and look in my eyes while I talk about Brexit and...
Do you want me to take this off, make it more real?
No.
Oh, I think April Fool's Day. I don't know if they do it elsewhere in the world. Probably banned it in Denmark.
I'll tell you where else they do it. They do it in Spain. Yeah. And if you fool someone, you say, "You innocent little dove, that you let yourself be fooled."
In English?
It just feels nicely poetic, you innocent little dove that let yourself be fooled. Again, in Britain, when you fool someone, if you play a practical joke at the end, you just go, "Ah, wanker."
The doves get fooled a lot? Go around fooling a dove every now and again? Introduce it to a pigeon you painted white?
What was your band, James?
I was in a band called Pin Drop. We had a singer called Lloyd, and he sang real nice, beautiful vocals in band practice. And then we had our first gig, and he was like, "You go on before me, and then I'll come on later on." And we're playing this song, and we don't know where he is. And then he jumped on stage in a dress, which he hadn't warned us about. And he just shouted, horrible shouty vocals for the whole gig. And then afterwards, we were like, "Lloyd, that was not the plan." And he was real mature about it. And he just kind of went, "Guys, I'm so sorry. Honestly, I don't know what came over me. It won't happen again." And then we had another gig. And we get there, and Lloyd says to me, "You guys go on. You start playing, and I'll come on later." I was like, "OK, we'll do that, Lloyd. But remember what happened?" He went, "Man, I feel so bad about that last time. It's not going to happen. Honestly, I feel like an idiot. I don't know what to do." I was like, "Good." And we're playing, and then he ran on in the dress again. And then we were like, "Well, we didn't really tell him not to do that, so that's kind of OK." And then he shouted, but not just shouted for the whole gig. He kept on jumping up in the air, and every time he landed, it flipped the audience off like that. And we said to him afterwards, "Lloyd, we made it real clear not to do that, and you did it again." And he was like, "Listen, guys, I owe you guys an apology. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry about that. At next week's gig, I'm absolutely 100% not going to do that again." And then we had a third gig. And Lloyd went to me, "You guys start playing without me. And then I'll come on later." And I was like, "Lloyd, I'm going to say this very clearly to you. If you shout again, you are out of this band for good. I swear to God." And then we're playing the intro. And then he runs through the audience. It was even more of a rogue move, even for Lloyd. He bought a different dress this time, but fair play. Hadn't mentioned the dress. And he also, I noticed, as he was running towards us, had drawn a dick on his forehead. And I thought to myself, that is a bad sign. And then he got the mic and he screamed, not shouting, horrible screaming. And then halfway through the gig, he took his dress off. He's just in these tighty whities, and someone had written "Susie was here" across his chest with an arrow pointing down to his real dick. And then after the gig, Lloyd, we have made this very clear. You're not allowed to shout anymore. And he went, "Hold on a second, guys, hold on a second." And then he walked outside, and then some boys turned up on a bicycle. And all we saw through the glass was they talked to him, and he nodded to them, and we heard him say, "I'm in a band called Pin Drop." He got halfway through Pin Drop, and one of them nutted him and cycled away. And then we couldn't kick him out the band because we felt sorry for him. And he's still in the band to this day.
man in adverts, well, you know, children's adverts. Hang on, let me start.
You're not allowed to advertise children anymore.
No, you cannot buy. You're not allowed to sell children anymore.
No more selling children. The people have spoken and they've had enough. This is the will of the people, Jimmy. No more buying kids. Put your wallet away. You make me sick. You make me sick so much, Jimmy Carr. Is it on the board?
James, you're a political heavyweight, come on. Sorry about that, James.
EU, that stands for the European Union.
OK, good. I'll write that down. OK.
I'm from Kettering. Big shout out to the K-Town Massive. Everyone growing up in the Ketto. Weetabix Posse and the Wicksteed crew.
Ronan, are you...
Here.
I'm with James. Don't even... I'm with him. I'm from Kettering as well.
Me and Ronan,
I'm in.
we used to run round Kettering together, stealing Weetabix up our jumpers.
Come on.
Spilling out and tickle Ronan's chin and he'd giggle.
You remember?
He used to giggle. I'll go, keep it down, you're going to give us away to the old fuzz.
Good times, James. Good times.
Weetabix Keating, we called him.
Yeah.
James, first impressions. How do you make a good first impression?
I sing I'm James Acaster to the tune of I'm a Survivor by Destiny's Child.
Well, can I hear that, please?
I'm James Acaster, 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 and you are?